Hey, we are back, and that is a fact. How is it going? We are here today to talk about Spyro 2, or better known as Spyro's Ripto's Rage, the sequel to Spyro the Dragon. Man, I feel like this series just got better and better with each entry. And this is going to be an overwhelmingly positive review, but man, I love Spyro 2 so much. Spyro Ripto's Rage was... I think I played Spyro's Ripto's Rage before I played Year of the Dragon. Not Year of the Dragon. Year of the Dragon is the third one. Spyro the Dragon is the first one, is what I meant to say. That might not be true, but I played all three pretty close together. But the history with this... That's basically the history of this game for me. But... oh man, I love this game so much. I love this game so much. And... the way this game starts is actually we take part of the story a little bit after the events of Spyro the Dragon, which, you know, Spyro beat Nasty Nork, and he's just kind of chilling in the Dragon Worlds, and he's talking to Sparks, and he's like, man, we need a vacation, you know? They haven't taken a vacation since they beat Nasty Nork, and, you know, I don't know what Spyro does on his spare time, you know, just chill out and be a dragon, I guess, but... he and Sparks decide to go to their version of Disney World, or, you know, King's Island or whatever, to go to Dragon Shores, which is just a giant amusement park filled with all these, like, rides and, you know, whatever. You know, Spyro's just looking to have a good time. And when he goes in there, at the same time this is happening, in another world, the world of Avalar, there's a group of people, a professor, which I don't know if the professor is like some sort of like miniature bear or koala. I'm not sure. It's never really... He might even just be a really small human, but it's never really explained what this guy is. But he and this fawn creature named... I think her name is Fauna? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank on her. Possibly Fauna. Yeah. And a cheetah named Hunter are banding together because there's this new big baddie in town named Ripto, and Ripto is just causing all sorts of havoc in Avalar. So they decide that their best course of action, because Ripto is deathly afraid of dragons for some reason. They never really explain his fear of dragons. It's just kind of like maybe a dragon like really messed him up one time back in the day, and now he's just like got a phobia of them. But, you know, I digress. So the professor, Fauna, and Hunter... oh, God, I know I'm probably saying her name wrong. But we're not looking it back up. Correct me in the comments if it's something else. Oh, God. Hold on. I gotta... Damn, it's Allura, not Fauna. I think I got confused because her, like, she's a fawn, I believe, or something like that. But her name's Allura. All right, so just... scratch everything I said. It's the Professor, Allura, and Hunter. Okay, so these three people, as Spyro is going into this portal to go to Dragon Shores, they are trying to divert a dragon from the Dragon's world to their world, Avalar. And sure enough, the professor gets it to work, and they get Spyro. And at first, they're like, "Oh, hey, you're kind of small for a dragon, you know? Are you sure you're gonna?" And, you know, Spyro is thinking he's in, you know, Dragon Shores, and he's like, "Hey, which way to the beach?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't know what the hell you're talking about, buddy, but, you know, we got this dude we really need you to take care of." And, you know, sure enough, the big baddie shows up, Ripto, and he sees Spyro and he freaks out. He's like, "Oh, a dragon! I hate dragons!" And, you know, and basically, Spyro is just like, I guess I have to help. He kind of begrudgingly, they basically make him a deal like, "Hey, you help us get rid of Ripto, we're gonna help you go on vacation." And that's how the game goes. You literally, it's the same formula as the first one, where you go to different worlds and you do different tasks and collect gems, and except you are no longer unlocking dragons. The main goal is for each world in each world in Avalar, which it's separated into 3 sections. I believe the first place is Summer Forest, second is Autumn Plains, and the third is Winter Tundra, I believe. And I believe the next game is like Spring Floods or Spring something like that. I can't remember. I gotta write this stuff down before I do this because it's just a lot of information to remember. But you basically go to each world and you basically like you platform across the whole world, and then once you get there or accomplish like a menial task, you get the talisman. And the people of these worlds will have like a variety of different talismans. Like the first one is Glimmer, and they hand you like a golden pickaxe. Another one is like a world that's like filled with like it's like Saving Private Ryan but with worms, and they hand you a bomb, like a bomb made of jewels and stuff, and a lot of different varieties. I will say the variety of worlds is like really refreshing as compared to the first one. I feel like that was a huge upgrade because in the first one, something I forgot to mention on is a lot of the worlds don't feel like much different than each other, like they feel very similar to one another. Within the same worlds, like you have like the artisans and the peacekeepers and the beastmakers and stuff, but like when you go to a beastmaker world, like a lot of them are pretty similar, in regards of like their thematic approach, but this one, it was definitely different. Like you went to one level, it was like a bunch of dinosaurs and cavemen and stuff. You go to another level and it's like ice and giant yellow spiders and snow leopards and stuff. You go to another one and it's like a bunch of ships with pelicans that are engineers, and it was the variety was like really well done in this game. Very, very well done within the worlds. But you go to each world and you collect talismans, and you also collect gems, not jewels, sorry. You're going to need the gems because they introduce this character, one of the worst characters in video game history, Slimeball, basically the Mr. Krabs of this world, Moneybags. A big old bear with a whole stack of gems, which, you think he would just be a good guy and just let you do things to like save the world that he's in, because Moneybags doesn't want Ripto to win, or maybe he does, if Ripto paid him. But like you're first introduced to him at a bridge in the first world, and he's like, oh yeah, you need to get across this bridge, don't you? And I could definitely help with that for a small fee, and you pay him 200 gems, and he lets you cross the bridge. Oh god, I hated that so much. He just pops up throughout the whole game randomly. I hated. Okay, so I hated the parts. I hated every part he was in, but I especially hated the parts where you're just playing through a level and then there'll be a door, and he's like, "Oh, you need to get through this door, huh? Well, that sucks. I wish you could. I could help for a small fee," and then you got to pay him 500 gems or something like that. I especially hated those parts. The other parts that I still didn't like, but were okay. I could see where they're coming from with this. Was in each of the 3 worlds, Moneybags appears. Sorry, you have. I should separate this. You have 3 hub worlds. You have Summer Forest, Autumn Plains, and Winter Tundra. And those are the hub worlds where all the portals are. Then once you go into a portal, you go to a separate world, But in each of the hub worlds, you see Moneybags, and he'll teach you an ability. And the 3 abilities that you can learn are you can learn how to swim, which in the first game you couldn't touch water at all. Water would hurt you in some way. In this game, though, he teaches you how to swim, which is really cool. It definitely opens up a lot of different areas in the game. It also makes it to where you can Oh god! Like, oh yeah, you can access orbs. Oh, orbs! Can't forget orbs. Orbs are the third thing. You get gems, talismans, and orbs. Now there will be certain activities where you can find these throughout the hub worlds and the regular worlds. And when you find these, you don't really know what they do for a long time. They just kind of act like a certain unlockable, which essentially that's what they are. But you will need them to beat the game. Definitely need them to beat the game. But it kind of has like that Metroidvania style too, where it's like once you learn a new ability, you can go back into the game and like unlock more of the game. Which I'm not a huge fan of backtracking, but like I didn't mind this too much because it was like pretty easy to get to destinations and stuff with like your fast traveling and all that. But I digress. So he teaches you swimming, and in the next hub world, he teaches you to climb. So you'll see these like little rails, and you can climb on them, and that's whatever. The third one is pretty cool. You learn how to headbutt, which that's kind of a part of Spyro's forte, is like he charges and uses his horns to hurt people. But if you jump in the air and hit triangle, you'll smash, or Y for Xbox. You can smash into the ground underneath you and start cracking things. And that was pretty cool. Like I said, Metroidvania opens up a lot of the game. I really liked that. That was the only parts that I could find Moneybags like okay, but I really didn't like Moneybags at all. And the whole like it was like microtransacting before microtransactioning. Not really, because it's not real money, but it was just it was silly. But let's go with the graphics. Let's cover the graphics real quick. This game, just like the last one, looked beautiful. This game really brought to life the characters I enjoyed, which was Professor, Alora, Hunter, Moneybags, Ripto, and Ripto's cronies, and also just like the other NPCs in the world I felt were like really brought to life in this remake. The colors and the textures of like the grass and the water and just like the worlds in general was like just very, very good. I loved the graphics in this. The music was wonderful. Like you can also switch between the original music and the new music, and you can't go wrong with either one. Both are fantastic. Very, very fantastic. Are they as good as like most Final Fantasy soundtracks? No, but they are definitely good. I won't say iconic like Halo or something like that, but they are definitely good. I love the world, but let's get into the bosses. Like I said, Ripto is the main antagonist of this game. Well, I won't say main. He's the only antagonist. There's not like it's not like Game of Thrones where there's like 12 different bad guys, and they're not really bad. Ripto and his two cronies, Crush and Gulp, are the main antagonists of this game. And they're nothing too much to write home about, like Ripto's only like motivation is world domination, which is isn't bad. It's clearly a kid's game. He's not gonna have like some super in-depth story. He's not gonna be like Joker, or Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. But he's fine. He serves the narrative fine. His cronies are that way too. His cronies are basically just like that's it. They got like no personality. They just follow orders. I guess Gulp likes fairies. The boss fights against him, I don't like the Crush fight very much, which Crush is like the big blue. Like, I almost thought Crush was a dragon for like the longest time. I'm still not sure what Crush even is, but he's obviously not a dragon, or maybe he is. Maybe he's a dragon that like Ripto, took control over. But I don't know. Like that, I don't know too much about the lore, if there even is a lot of lore to that. But the Crush fight was definitely disappointing. The Gulp fight I actually really enjoyed, because there definitely is a lot of variety to it. in the small clip you'll see of me fighting Gulp, you won't see that because when I first beat this game, it was like when the Reignited trilogy first came out. So I didn't know this, but I 100%ed the game when I first played it. When I first played the Reignited trilogy. So when doing this video, I replayed it, and when you 100% the game, you get to finally go to Dragon Shores, and you get to enjoy the game, enjoy the amusement park and all that. But there's this small door that shows you that if you collect all the gems and all the orbs, you can unlock this door, and if you do that, you unlock upgraded fire breath. And it's not like the short burst of flames that you get at the beginning of the game. You shoot like these like fire rockets at people, not essentially rockets, but that's kind of how it looks, and it does a lot more damage, and you can shoot from way far away. And I was able to like take out Crush and Gulp and Ripto for that matter very easily, because when I started a new playthrough, I just automatically got my my extra fire breath, my upgraded fire breath for a new playthrough, and I thought that was amazing. Even though I started from scratch, you know, I still had to recollect everything and all that. I thought that was really cool. It made the game like super easy, but I wasn't playing this game for for a challenge anyway. I have games to play if I want to get challenged. Oh man, but replaying this game was a lot of fun. Lots of fun. I was very, very nostalgic for this game, to play this game again. And 100%, I didn't 100% these games this time, because I have every other time I've played, I've 100%ed it. I've beaten these games a good handful of times. I wanted to beat these games as quickly as possible, not like a speed run, but just like how fast could I beat these games. And I actually beat all three in like a weekend, like in a matter of 3 days. And I was pretty impressed actually. And you know, I wasn't like playing like 8 hours a day. I was playing like, you know, a couple hours here and there. These aren't very long games. I mean, if you're trying to 100% it could take you like 4 or 5 hours, you know, per game, you know, but that's like, you know, as long as you don't have like a bunch of responsibilities, like maybe you could do that within like a week or two, you know. Which is another thing too, that like in a world where every game that comes out just has like thousands and thousands of hours of content, which most of, let's be honest, is just filler content. It's nice to play a game where it's just, you know, it's like nice and relaxing, and you know, you don't have to like pull your hair out to get things done. But the game still offers a bit of a challenge in some parts too, not with the boss fights. The boss fights aren't very challenging at all, but there are some activities to get orbs that will kind of, I won't say drive you crazy, but they're like, there's this one, oh man, so it's a two-parter. And once you get to the second part, it's not very hard, but basically there's this alchemist, and he's like, oh, I need to go free Hunter with this potion. And he's got this potion filled with this blue liquid that's bubbling, and there's these giant fucking, you know, stone golems that are like preventing him from getting to Hunter. So you have to clear the, you know, headbutt them out of the way in order to clear the path to Hunter. And the alchemist is like blind, so he could get to Hunter like really easily, like really easily, but just refuses to do so, you know, refuses to do so. Like his house is like right, like is there, and then where Hunter is literally like a fucking hopping and skipping away, but the alchemist just fucking walks around in circles and walks right into the golems, and it's really dumb. And when you free Hunter, you have to have like the headbutt ability too to do this, but when you free Hunter, Hunter will help you take out the rock golems, and which is pretty fun. But man, getting that alchemist to Hunter was so annoying. It was impossible as a kid. I was like, man, I can't do this. But I love this game. Love this game so much. I will be trying to get the third Spyro out. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Gonna be working on Marvel Rivals video here soon. WWE 2K24 video soon. And also, there's a third video, and I am for... I'm working on trying to beat Pokemon Brilliant Diamond as well. Enjoying that game a lot. Games that I will be playing as of next month. The big games will be... I will be trying to work on Final Fantasy 1, Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is like the big granddaddy. I don't want to say granddaddy, it's not old, but like it's like the juggernaut that I'm trying to take down in the next few months, and I'm really excited. I played it a little bit at the beginning of the year, but I had to stop, but we'll be getting right back on that horse, no pun intended. And yeah, Red Dead 2 I'm so excited for, but I love this game. Love the Spyro series. It's always going to be something I treasure. And if I ever have kids, which I doubt I will, showing them Spyro will probably be one of the definitely showing them Spyro and Lord of the Rings and things like that will be mandatories. But I digress. But this has been your boy Vay, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.